Sorry, what?
How did I get so lucky? Hey, we are live. Hello, we are on with Marriage or No Marriage with Kavita Kapoor Khalsa, expose on marriage or no marriage. And today's topic is amazing. It is single parenthood. And I have a lovely, wonderful guest, Lizia Batla, all the way from Mumbai. And what more should I say? Because she's such an inspiration for everything that she's done in her life, and she's contributing to people. She's in the field of healing. She's been for 25 years and going strong. She's a Vastu consultant. She's an astrologer. She's a Feng Shui reader. She's a tarot reader, and who has also been an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. And she's empowered so many people across the globe. And currently, her recent thing that you would have seen, and if you haven't, please go watch Bollywood Wise, because she's been there and she's really changed the face of facelift. People have started asking a lot of questions regarding that, and um, she's very gifted, I must say that. And here we are, blessed to have her on my show. Thank you, Dizia, for coming on my show.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Kavita. I'm really, really happy to be here.
Thank you. And though we're not talking too much on any other subject, but on the subject where you have faced so much in your life, and that is regarding single parenthood. A lot of people are not very comfortable with the subject, but I think you could empower a lot of other people who are sitting on the fence and not choosing anything for themselves. So, my first question regarding single parenting is, how do people look at single parents? What have you gone through? Because I know you have two grown-up children now, but your journey has been longer than what it looks like. Currently it looks you're so happy, you're joyful, you're doing so much, but the kind of challenges and struggles that you've gone through, very few people know about that.
Yeah, well, it's a mixed bag, honestly, because there will be. Okay, so on one side, it's like you're struggling or you're managing to take care of the house, because here you have to be not only the mother, but you have to be the provider because you're a single parent, yeah? And then children, of course, they will also play up. Children are children. They don't always toe the line, so to speak. So there is a challenge in that direction. You have to be the mother and the father. So
Yeah.
sometimes that is a bit tough, but otherwise, well, out in the world, like I said, it's a mixed bag. Sometimes people will welcome you with open arms. Sometimes people feel sorry for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes people also get upset because this is a single lady, and that was also a challenge in my life at some point. And I regret to say that today, but because of which I really ballooned, and I became really, really heavy, fat, because I didn't want to look attractive. And I just felt today, I just feel that I was just not respecting myself, respecting my body, because I don't care what the world has to say, let people judge me. But I mean, at that point, I just felt, that I don't want this headache, this extra headache of, uh,
But this is such a prominent thing that you brought up, that how we become not attractive because we're not comfortable with that extra attention that we start getting the minute we are labeled as single.
it was not so much the extra attention. I think I could deal with that, but because I work, I used to, I'm still working, going to people's homes. And so, when I was, in my 30s, I was much more attractive looking. And
Oh, you still are.
thank you. But what happened was, at that point, the men would get a little extra friendly, the wives would be a little, so that was a challenge, and I didn't want that. So I just ballooned. I just became so
No,
fat.
but see, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people, not just you, I have come across, who are wondering why they put on, is somewhere they don't wish to look that attractive, because sometimes we are not in a position to handle attention. I mean, you're quite matured, and now you recognize a lot of energies and all, and it's a way of kind of shutting it down, because you carry yourself with a lot of grace. I've seen you carry yourself. So now maybe it's kind of okay, but that time it must have been challenging.
It was, but and I give a lot of credit to Access for this because it helped me not only become stronger, but it
Yeah,
also helped me to open myself up for judgment. And because in Access we say that when people judge you, you end up making more money. Now the thing
yeah,
is, whether I make money or no, but I don't mind being judged. So people can call me anything under the sun today, and
right.
it would be no skin off my nose. Not at all. It wouldn't bother me one bit.
Yeah, but it would have taken you a long time to get to this pace that you're currently at, right? So if I would say that in a workplace, was it okay? You've been working for yourself, but in a workplace, how do men or like people look at you because you're a single woman? So single hai to available hai, is that how you kind of dealt with as a reality?
So, initially my thing was always I had no confidence in myself, less self confidence and all. But once I started building up my confidence with my, feng shui, vastu, astrology,
Yeah,
you start tending to sort of course, because, you now cater to a wider variety of people. And then you get a confidence,
yeah,
yourself. So I have that. I don't know whether I've created it, inculcated it, what it is, but there's an energy that I send out, lay off, honestly, because that was not my. I was not looking for a man, and I was not looking for a companion or a husband. I was looking to further my career because I wanted to take my kids to a certain place along with myself. It was not only for my kids but also for myself. I had a certain standard of living that I wanted for myself. So the focus was more on career and less on guys, because in my work I used to have a lot of women come and talk about husbands, boyfriends, and I'm like, if I have to deal with this, then I'd rather not have the man. Let me further my career.
so no, so your confidence came about because of your career and your work, is what you're saying.
Oh yes, of course it did. Yes.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you a question. What do you do to kind of become as confident or maybe super confident the way you are, the way you carry yourself? So it's about how you kind of take your work more seriously, right?
Yes. So when I first studied feng shui, when I came back, the first 100 people that I worked with, I didn't charge them. So this
Oh,
was just to give people the awareness that that I was willing to put my money where my mouth was. That was one thing, and the second thing was I also wanted to let people know what I do. You know, so one person started getting results, and they started telling other people. So this is
word of mouth. Yeah.
my career. Yeah, this is how I started. But at the same time, as I started doing better and better. I started, I mean, I'm not doing anything. I'm just the vessel, or I'm just the conduit that makes people get whatever they want. Like
Right.
what results they have to be also open to receiving. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So the more success we got together, the more confidence that showed up in my world.
That's so beautiful. So, what would you recommend if somebody asks you, should one be in a bad marriage, or is it okay to walk out of a marriage and be called single? A lot of people are not in a position to step out simply because it's either financial thing or बच्चों का क्या होगा, like how are you going to fend for your children, so they keep they stay put in a marriage for the expenses. So I would simply say that is walking out better or staying in a marriage, in a bad marriage, especially.
So it's all about choice, Kavita, because it's up to you. If you feel confident enough, and actually you should be confident enough to be able to walk out of a marriage and sustain yourself. But if you're going to not have the courage to do that, then you shouldn't. That is one.
Yeah,
Uh, Eventually, you are your own person. And बच्चों का क्या होगा means your children embody everything they see. Okay,
right.
so whatever, if they see you not being courageous, guess what? You're educating your children to not have courage. If
My,
you be and saying, I'm only going to be dependent on somebody, guess what? You're making your children, believe that dependency is okay. So you can teach your children anything, but they will observe what you do, what you
Right.
what you be, and that is what they will imbibe. So it's not so much about children, it's more about you. You have to make yourself priority, because, and not in a selfish way, I'm not saying this in a selfish way, because when you prioritize yourself, what happens is you get stronger. When you are stronger, you can give strength to everybody around you, because it's like you having deeper roots.
But
But
that is what is considered selfish in this reality. Oh, apne, you're thinking about you. How could you think about you and not about your children? And the way we have to look at it is that when you think about you, can you think about other people?
yes, but it's not that you're abandoning your children. You know what I'm
You
You're not
correct.
abandoning your children. So, what is the meaning of You're thinking about yourself. I'm not saying get married or have a relationship. Of course, you can have that if you'd like that. But you have to be strong from within. You have to be the most important person in your life, and then you can give that importance, and you can give that strength to your children, and then maybe to the people you work with, maybe to the extended family. I don't know, but when you are strong, it's like a tree. That
Right.
tree can give so much shade and so much of everything, fruits, shade, I don't know, some kind of contribution to the person, correct? So you become the oak tree, or you become the fruit bearing tree, and
Right.
then you are also supporting and contributing to other people.
But when we become a tree has no expectations of from people, and we being we kind of start creating those expectations from our children or people around us, or even the partner if you're kind of married. Expectations are something which pop up very unknowingly sometimes, that, oh, I expected this, and then it just kind of goes out of proportion. How do you deal with expectations in such a scenario?
Okay, so first of all, I never expect. Okay, one of the things, and again, this is where Access has greatly contributed to me and my life, is that have no expectations. Whether I'm doing a healing, even if I'm working with people, they will keep asking me for conclusions. They will, okay, we are
Right.
doing this. What is the end result?
Right.
There are times when I'll tell them, and it may sound rude sometimes to people, and I say it in the gentlest of way that I know is possible for me, that if this is what you would expect, then maybe I'm not the right person to work with. And I have done that. Okay. So the
Even
point,
when I saw your Bollywood wise, you were saying that, see, I know facelift works and it is magical, it is wonderful. But if you're looking at instantly, you can't compare it with Botox because Botox is instant.
yeah,
This takes time, but it opens up so many layers over a period of time. When you're taking like 15-20 sessions, it's amazing.
yes,
So so not many people could gather that, oh, what you're talking is so gentle, kind, easier, and lighter on the body.
yes, yes.
So
I have pictures of actresses, really
yes,
famous actresses. I've taken a before and I've taken an after, and in one session, we have seen a lot of difference. Like there is a lightness, there is a brightness, and all of that. And I also, right now, I'm doing light.
joyfulness that comes from within. I said joyfulness, yes.
Yes, but unfortunately, I can't put it out there because I don't have their permission to do that. So I don't try to ride piggyback on anybody, because I feel come experience. If you like it, go for it. If you don't like it, you know,
Don't go for it.
right person for you.
Right.
That's what, when you expect, you can rest assured that you are guaranteeing yourself up for failure. And I'm not saying that every time that's possible. But what I'm saying is when you expect, then the rest of the journey becomes only about the expectation. It's not about you having fun going towards that end result.
Right, right, right,
So,
right.
so if you are constantly expecting, you're overlooking all the joys of the journey. You're overlooking everywhere where you feel that, you know, okay, I'm waiting for this, And
Right.
so what about, from wherever you've started to wherever you're going? What about the fun? What about the joy? What about the happiness? What about you contributing to people around you? And how about receiving from them, whatever it is, even if it's judgment, it doesn't matter. Uska bhi alag hi maza hota hai.
I
So
know.
how
Yeah.
about all of that? You let all of this on one side and you worry, 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 anxious, anxious, and then at the end of the day you have a burnout. So I mean, yes, you can start with, I'd like to have this, and the
I,
universe is very giving, very, how do I say, the universe blesses.
yes.
The only thing it asks in return is that you trust it implicitly, with no with
Doubt. Doubt. I mean,
slowly.
trust and gratitude. I think that is what the universe is asking for. That at least honor what I'm giving you. I mean, that's all. I think it doesn't have any other expectation. I think in return.
Like today, I saw a couple of things on Instagram, and I was not even expecting something, and it just made me feel so amazing. It just made me feel wow. Somebody was being grateful, and I said, "That's really nice," and it just warms you up. Not that, and what happens is eventually you'll send out a blessing to that person.
I know, uh, I would like to admit that you were the first person who gave me $100 for healing Jeevan, and that changed my world. So thank you so much for doing that, because that opened up my receiving of international currency. That was my first time that I could receive.
Lankavi, right? That
Sorry.
that was in Lankavi.
Langkawi, yes. So that was beautiful. So thank you so much for that. So having said that, how easy or difficult is it to bring up children alone, single-handedly? Do you think there is a possibility that they may go astray, or because um, you know, because when they go to school, they're coming in contact with people who have two parents, and do they feel left out, and do they miss out something?
Sometimes, yes, because you're always looking at the grass as greener on the other side. Okay,
Yeah.
so one of them is that they have the freedom because they don't have the male figure to sort of. I'm just talking about females. Now it could be the other way around also. A man could be alone having the kids, and so the feminine side of nurturing and kindness may be missing. But so that's one of the factors. That sometimes when there is no firm handling of things, when
Right.
firm, it could be just somebody being stern with it. Mothers, because they're caring, giving, loving, so then children tend to take them for granted, and it's the other way around. The father being the father, sometimes children miss out on the nurturing of a female or a parent, mother.
Oh,
You know, yes, sometimes it can, but it's up to you, because see, there is no college or school that teaches us how to be mothers, correct?
no, no, no. I mean, I still haven't learned how to parent a child. That's why I'm asking you.
We learn on the job, and it's not
Yeah,
always successful. We stumble and fall a lot of times. But the point, over time, what I've realized is that when you are kindness, when you are kind, it can take away, and love actually can take away a lot of hassles, a lot of obstacles. And and if you realize that you've done something that has brought a certain negativity in the relationship,
yeah.
never have the ego of apologizing to your children. I apologize profusely to my children sometimes, because I have made mistakes in parenting. I definitely have done that, and I still go on apologizing to them. But that only creates, a oneness. I don't think that creates anything else. But on the other hand, it's important for you to also have all the love and the kindness, but a little bit of sternness. If you find children going awry or they're going astray, yes, then you must seek help. You must seek help. You need to figure out who is the possible a male member, either a friend, a family member, an older member of the family, but whatever. I mean,
So
the
rather
warning signs, the
rather than going into wrongness of you, it's better to seek help, is what you would suggest, right?
wrongness of looking at yourself and saying, yeah, so I made a mistake. How is admitting to a mistake wrong? It can never be. But
Never.
it takes courage to actually say that and say, okay, I require help here. Who can I now call or who can I now approach to be able to clear this for me?
Well, lovely. So one question that was coming to my mind, Sushmita Sen is a single parent without even getting married. So do you think like even Karan Johar, even Tushar Kapoor, Ekta Kapoor, they're just getting into single parenthood? Is it that single parenting is like a trend now, or no? It's just something that is more convenient that you don't have to be with a partner for that, and single-handedly you can bring up children. Is it a different? Because when you would have been there, the marriages were not cracking up so rampantly as they are now. So is it something that people are going towards? I like children, so let me go and have a single parenthood with that.
I don't think that's the idea. I'm not sure about the rest of them, but one of the people that you've mentioned, I know that wanted that kind of, how do I say, wanted to have the children because maybe it was that inner calling, to have
It's a
that
beautiful
child.
thing because what they're telling is that you can nurture some your children on your own as well, and the way they're bringing them up is phenomenal. So
Beautiful.
it's so beautiful. So what two people can do if one dedicated parent is there, you are lucky. How did you get so lucky? I mean, I would just ask those children that you're so lucky to have one dedicated parent, who loving, doting parent.
Absolutely. And they're all amazing parents. They're all not only nurturing, but they're very contributive and responsible parents. You can be a nice parent, but it takes a lot to be a responsible parent, let me tell you, because sometimes you put your foot down and kids can actually take it, in a completely different direction. They may turn around and say, I hate you or whatever. But when you're a
Right.
responsible parent, you stick to your guns. You say, this is it, you know
Yeah.
especially when you know that it's not something that's going to when you know that something's going to harm your child.
So, there's this idiom which is there: spare the rod, spoil the child. Do you believe in that with being a single parent?
The thing is, I have done it in the past and I totally regret it. I totally, I would never say, because punish your child. I'm not saying don't punish your child, but not with violence. I think you can punish by your child by taking away something that is so dear to them, like a phone, or
Yeah.
TV, or whatever that is. But not. I totally regret that, and I keep apologizing to my son for that.
No. So, what would you talk about, like being a conscious parent? What is it to be a conscious parent? What would it take? What is it that one would require in being a conscious parent?
So ideally, a conscious person, forget a parent, any
Yeah.
conscious person would be
Yeah.
more about, um, you know, receiving,
Mhm.
contributing to people, places, things around you, whether it's a
Right.
dog, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend. You receive and you contribute. That is
Right.
what life is. It cannot be about jealousy. It cannot be about backbiting. It cannot be about bitching. It cannot, because and especially parents should
Right.
never do this in front of their children. Okay, you tell your child, please don't lie, but then you're constantly fibbing
I know.
about something or the other. And so, what are you teaching your children? You're teaching them duplicity. Duplicity. So, so basically, to be aware, extremely aware, is also being conscious as a parent.
As a
Okay.
parent.
Yeah, because like I said, you could teach your children anything, but
Yeah.
art is what your children will imbibe, what your children will receive from you. And then
Right.
it's up to them whether they follow you or they don't. But then you cannot say, you're doing this or you're doing that, because they've learned it from you.
Yeah, yeah, true, totally. They're your reflection in a way, and a bigger one. It's like a bigger picture that they show, and yeah. So it's more like an echo.
Yes,
That you say shut up, and they say bigger shut up. To you. Yeah.
it is.
So I would ask you to give me few words that you would like to say or give out as a message, being a single parent, as to what would you want to say and leave the world, leave people with thinking about.
So I would say, parenting can be fun. So enjoy that. Don't have regrets later on. So as a parent, do be everything that you enjoy, what your kids enjoy, because happiness and joy will bring the rest of what you require, whether it's money, whether it's a job, whatever. But with lots of people seek happiness, seek joy, seek whatever on the outside. Everything
Yeah.
is within you. So, how about just tapping into that and bringing it out and saying, okay, even if I'm like low, it doesn't take lots for me to go within myself and bring out maybe that one memory that'll bring a smile to my face.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah.
So look for that, and then make everything you do with your children, make it so much fun. You know, bring the joy out. Have fun with them. I think that is really important. Make
That's most
your
important.
friends. You don't then need anybody on the outside. You just make your children your friends. Of
Yeah.
course, children will be children. They don't want to share everything with you, and you have to give them that privacy. You have to give them their space. Don't crowd them 24/7. Oh, that's very important. Don't crowd them 24/7. And I'm guilty of it also. Sometimes my children will back off.
Right. But we learn actually when we are parenting, that's when we are learning as well. And more so, don't be in a bad marriage. Just it's happier. You could be happier being alone sometimes.
You can. Again, like I said, it's a choice. If you have the courage to walk out, if you have, if you can do, maybe you can explore certain things. You can separate for a while. I don't know. But it's always personal choice. You should never go and ask somebody, should I leave my husband? Should I divorce? You choose. After you divorce, what are you going to do? Will you be okay, or are you going to be sitting and crying all the time? You're crying here, but then are you going to be sitting and crying all the time, becoming the victim? Then you might as well not. But if you think you can actually go out and fly, please do. Then leave the marriage and do that.
What works for you? That's the whole thing. Do choose what works for you.
Always choice. Always, always choice.
Because when you choose for you, you will empower your children to choose for themselves. That's what we can end it at. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being there. That was beautiful message. So people will come up with another episode next week. Thank you for watching Marriage or No Marriage, and empower yourself and empower people around. Thank you, Lizia, for being there.
Thank you. Bye, Kavita. Take care.